Let's join us right now, once again, Jacquie Jordan and Betsy McCoy. Betsy, let's go back to the Fauci thing real quick, because I know this is a hot topic for you. The whole COVID thing, I think all of us that were covering it, it's like, wet market? Come on. Yes. But then you get into more about Fauci, and I know we've talked about this for literally for years.
Here's what concerns me so much about this. That in an all-of-government effort, which we now have all the proof of, there's a lawsuit going on where Biden is the defendant. It's being tried in Missouri and Louisiana, and he's being sued for censoring all of the social media platforms. His departments, Health and Human Services, CDC, FBI, Energy Department, White House, hold monthly meetings with top social media executives and bring in a list of what they want censored. What does that have to do with this? Because during the pandemic, they would tell all these social media platforms, take down anything that criticizes our position on masks. Take down anything that raises questions about the origins of the virus. Take down anything that questions the vaccine, even for breastfeeding mothers or people who have particular concerns. I felt very angry about this because I had a daughter who was pregnant. She wanted to know how this vaccine would affect breastfeeding, fertility, her
and the information changed and flip-flopped all the time.
And she couldn't get the information because it had been taken down from social media.
That's true.
That's an outrage.
It is an outrage, Betsy, and I think also to your point, extending that also, what else was going on internally, say at the CDC and the FDA, after the vaccine? Because there were a lot of drugs that showed progress in clinical trials that somehow then disappeared. And they were never offered as therapeutics. And instead, it was just like pushing the vaccine nonstop. And the ones that were approved, well, they didn't actually do anything anyway. And again, the question is, you got to follow the money. I think a lot of things that would have helped a lot of people, saved a lot of people, never saw the light of day.
And well, we didn't get a choice. We got pushed into an action, a course of action, before there was full information, or there was at least the opportunity to cross-reference the information.
And this censorship is continuing. Now there's an injunction, fortunately, prohibiting the Biden administration from talking to social media. Let's hope it sticks. But it's continuing about issues like inflation, energy policy. No matter what it is, Americans aren't getting the full story.
Information, I know. And then the Wuhan market, which I was surprised we bought into, because if you're old enough to remember, that's what they said. Well, AIDS came from Africa from a monkey. Right. You know, so I heard it was like, we're getting the same story twice.
The thing that I always wondered, like so many of us that were following the story, when early on, Fauci, nobody knew who Fauci was. We didn't know. It was, you know, you do this research.
No, but you have to cast a mad scientist. He was a good one.
Anyway, he comes out.
Science, he said.
He supposedly knows. Yeah, he's
been around
at the pinnacle of the industry, right?
But look at his AIDS record.
And then he did this thing with masks, in which he told you that you really didn't need a mask. And then it came out, well, I said you do need a mask. I was just saying that because I wanted to make sure all the doctors and nurses had them. And it's like, whoa. So immediately he proved that he was somebody that would manipulate.
Absolutely. Lie. The word, lies.
Okay. And in order to accomplish what his goal was.
Yeah, and I feel badly for mothers who were putting masks on their small children, not being told that those cloth masks, little Mickey Mouse masks, had no impact at all.
Remember we were washing the fruit?
That was crazy. Oh, yeah. But Dr. Fauci did not have a good reputation coming out of the whole AIDS epidemic. So, you know, if you've watched him and you paid attention and even you back-sourced some of the information, he's kind of
because he was supposedly the hero from the AIDS. That's what his name was. You're saying it wasn't
the drug that they put out was making people sick, the very first one, and he was very much part of pushing it. So there was
I wonder why, though. That's where you say follow the money. We don't know, but I think there could be some parallel there also to what you're talking about.
And he didn't want you to follow the money when it comes to the Wuhan lab.
And no one was listening to other doctors. I mean, you know how much, speaking of censorship, how many doctors were just shut down in the conversation?
True. Absolutely true.
Well, I think at a point where we were all exploring what to do, you would put your trust in somebody at that level who proved untrustworthy.
That's true, and
you never reach the truth by silencing those who criticize
and we still, you know,
that's
it's not
how
like
truth is produced. It's the marketplace of ideas
That's a good way to describe it, because I was just trying to say that we didn't know everything, and it took a while for it all to play out.
Well, there was a lot of information coming in. It was very, very scary.
Yeah, and it was very scary. But I think also, you know, the fact that the vaccine became so shoved upon everybody, and there's even a scenario where a friend of mine, her mother had been approved for a much needed kidney transplant. She had gone through, checked all the boxes. She finally found a donor. Her doctor, even at the clinic, I can't say the name of it, said she was too weak and compromised to get the vaccine, so she shouldn't do it. And therefore that clinic refused to give her the kidney transplant, and she's still looking for a donor to this day.
And you notice that year, remember that year where everybody was dying of COVID? I don't mean that people didn't. Obviously they did, but there was no flu.
Right.
What do you mean
well,
there was
exactly,
no flu?
Exactly.
But the bigger issue is that you can't hide from people the truth.
And we haven't seen the effects of it yet. We didn't yet.
I was thinking this is an old topic, but apparently it hasn't gone away.
We got to jump. All right, Jacquie Jordan, Betsy McCoy, great having you with us. Don't go too far.